Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Cold Black Facts. Thank you guys for tuning in. So, I was strolling through Instagram and I came across this video. Now, what you're going to see and hear is a white woman recording Kevin Samuels on two different occasions. Okay. And when I saw this video, of course, I went to the comments to see what people were talking about. And like I suspected, people were talking about whether or not he was a real high value man. People were talking about, the money that he made, how long this video was recorded, how long ago this video was recorded. People were talking about, of course, even though this is a non-black woman, okay, who recorded this video, who was clearly the landlord, or I don't know what she was, but this is a non-black woman. But for somehow, black women are responsible for what a non-black woman recorded on her phone, and clearly she put it out. So, but yet again, black women are being um we're being blamed. And the issue that I have is, it's been several days since Kevin has passed away, and I do think that, the man hasn't been buried yet. The family, there's no telling what the family is going through or how they're feeling. So I have my own personal thoughts about, you know, um, somebody dying and, videos and stuff like that. Like, the family can't really even heal or anything like that. Like, I don't care about random people that Kevin didn't know or never met. It's the family, because at the end of the day, he had a daughter, he had a mother, and I'm not saying that, um I'm not saying that, you should put away how you felt, or how, the disrespect that you felt for someone that you don't even know. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. But again, we all have our own separate different opinions, and I'm just going to leave it at that. But what I found quite interesting is that in the comment section, you still have black men blaming black women. And my thing is, it's like when he was last seen, right? Last with a non-black woman. Nobody knows what happened in that room but the two people that were in that room. And there's only one that is living to tell her version of the story. You do have a lot of people talking about, of course, you're going to always have a conspiracy theorist group of people about, what really happened or anything like that. So I'm just repeating what I've seen online. If you guys go looking, you will find it. It is there. There are several people who question, you know, what really happened, right? So that's a thing too. But even with that, it's like, okay, yet again, it's a non-black woman. So if foul play did take place, it was at the hands of a non-black woman. Why am I saying that? Because continuously we keep seeing men blame black women. And it's like the very people at the forefront of everything that's going around is the non-black woman that he was with. And this non-black woman who recorded this video a few years ago, might I add, hence the face mask that you see Kevin wearing, right? So we know this was fairly recent. It wasn't 10, 12, or however many years ago that people were arguing about, which, to be quite honest, I don't care. Who cares? But my thing is, it's like this, these two women are non-black, and yet black women are being blamed, right? And I get it. There were some women who, and I say some, and I honestly say a very few, because the most women, I am a black woman. I hang out in black women spaces, okay? So I know what black women are saying, right? I know what black women are saying that are in my own spaces, and I know what black women are saying that are in other spaces. And believe me, it's not a bunch of black women that are out here, that out here being glad that, Kevin passed away. It's not. You have very few. Most Black women are not saying anything at all, while others are like, okay, they don't care. But saying that you don't care doesn't mean that you are, celebrating this man's death. And so again, there are some, but I don't see where there's a lot. And I know that social media is extremely large, and I haven't been everywhere all over social media. I only have like really the main accounts, like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So if it's not on those three, or of course YouTube. So if it's not on those four, I just haven't seen a lot of it. But that's my take on it. Let me go ahead and play the video so that you guys can see this video. And after that, we're going to be out of here.
Kevin was out here renting rooms.
I've done nothing.
Can I speak, please? When the power bill spiked, you sent me communication after communication after communication, trying to make me responsible for it.
Not you responsible, the whole entire house responsible, Kevin. Since the stay-at-home notification of COVID, everyone's working from home. The power, the water, the gas is exponentially. No, it's not harassment. You know what, Kevin? Just recording Kevin Samuels moving cardboard again from out from under his car. This video will be submitted to the HOA for repercussions of the removal of his automobile from the premises. I got all the spots with all the oil all over them, bud. I don't care. I don't care. The oil is right all over the place.
Okay, so there you have it. Notice it was the same white woman in both videos. She's doing the recording. The only person or persons that would have access to these recordings is what? A white woman. But yet, Black women are somehow being blamed. Very interesting. And my thing is, look, Kevin and many other Black men, they have their own ideas as it relates to women generally, as it relates to Black women particularly. They have their own ideas. And, of course, I don't agree with many of them. But at the same time, it's like, just because you have your ideas about some Black women, this doesn't mean that Black women can take the fall or fault for what happened to this man. If it was natural causes, you got to blame that on God or whoever. If it was foul play, then you got to blame that on the non-Black woman that he was with. I'm just saying. And then of course, for this woman to wait till, and I don't know if this woman waited or not. This is the first time I've ever seen these two videos. I definitely didn't see them, and I'm pretty sure many people did not see them while he was still living, because of course, if people did, then they would have been showing them. But I don't know if this woman waited till after he passed to put these videos out there. I don't know if, some people in the comment section said, okay, well, maybe he was paying the woman to not say. I don't know. I don't care. But either way, this is a non-Black woman. And it's just very interesting how many people, and I'm talking about the comment section of the videos, because there are two videos. As you guys can see, the first video is him standing in the backyard or somebody's yard, some yard. And then the second video is in front of the house or a house, where he's getting in his car. Those are two separate videos. But whoever this is on TikTok, they combined both videos. And, but clearly no one would have these videos unless the white woman who recorded these videos put them out. How else would they be out? So I just think, that, at this point, there's and I've said this before, there has been a divide between Black men and Black women for some time. And what I see many times is that you have a lot of people who try to, make it seem as if, there's not a real divide, or that, oh, well, it's not us, it's them. We don't have the problem. And I've talked about this before on my channel. I think a few years ago, I actually made a video about the divide that I saw at the time. And the reason why I made that video is because it's like, on any given day, really hour, you can go to social media and find somewhere where, you have a group of people, sitting up. Sometimes it's truth, and sometimes it's propaganda. Sometimes it's just like something that's hyped up, that's okay, yeah, it's true in that sense, but that's not the overall. You have, a lot of gaslighting. You have a lot of, what um I like to call like half, not half truths, but half lies, right? You have a little bit of truth mixed in with lies. And we see that a lot with, white supremacy and racism, where it's a little bit of truth mixed in with some lies, right? And so, because I was seeing that, I'm like, okay, something is happening here. And I will be quite honest, at that particular time, I didn't know exactly what was happening, because um I didn't really, I wasn't really experiencing it, right? And when I say experiencing it, I wasn't really being attacked by Black men like some of the women say that they are or were. you know um I would be online, I would have my opinions about things, we may go back and forth, and that was that. I didn't really have, being called, or called out of my name, had really horrible things said about me. I hadn't really experienced that. Of course, eventually I did, because like I said, it just got worse. Like I had an experience with a man, a Black man that did not know me whatsoever. I simply posted a video caption. I forget, it was something about, I forget what it was, but it was a Black man in a sea of non-Black women. And he was just so happy. And I captioned that video and I said something. And this Black dude got on there and he just started coming at me. And then on top of that, he called me some of the names that these Black dudes that hate Black women call Black women. Um, and I was very surprised, because I'm like, damn, where did this come from? Like, you don't like the video, because clearly, I guess he saw himself in that video. But yeah, he called me out of my name. And we're talking about online, like, we're talking about, social media. This was my own personal Facebook page. And so that when that happened to me, I'm like, okay, I see what they're talking about now. Um, and then that's when I just kind of started noticing different things after that, right? But I don't want to come on here and act like, I've had extreme cases of it, because there are many YouTubers, women, Black women, that have had very extreme cases of men coming at them, trying to, get their channels taken down, trying to look for their address to cause harm to them, wishing death on them. I've seen this. I've seen this, you guys. And so, when I see people who don't have a face and who has a channel, I understand that, because it's like, for a woman, that can be very dangerous, because I mean, the average man is going to be stronger and be able to overpower the woman on average. So, if you got your face on here with your ideas like I do, it can be very dangerous. So that's why I do understand certain content creators who don't show their faces. And again, I understand it. I'm for that, because if it's for your safety and your protection, and a lot of your ideas goes against what you know people want to hear, but those are your thoughts, your ideas. Those things can logically be proven in certain instances. I'm for that, because I think that there's a space for everybody. Black people, we're not all the same. We don't all have the same issues. So this is why when I see people doing content on colorism, I can support that because there needs to be a space for that because that does exist and it is an issue. When I see a space for people who want to talk about racism and white supremacy, there needs to be a space for that because that is a real issue. When I see people talking about politics as it relates to Black people, or talking about, psychology as it relates to Black people, or talking about narcissism, or talking about crime, everything as it relates to Black people, those spaces are needed. I don't just look, and that's another thing that bothers me too. It's like, people will get on here and be like, oh, you could be talking about this. No, I'm going to talk about what I think is a problem or an issue in the Black community. I'm going to talk about that, especially if I have firsthand experience. It's going to get talked about on my channel. And I'm going to be as honest and as, forthcoming and transparent as I can on, every topic that I present. But I just wanted to come on here and ask those questions. I know that a lot of people are probably going to not like this video because of the non-Black woman in this video that that recorded it and put it out, and they're going to have an issue and they're going to wish that I wouldn't have posted it. But at the same time, I have questions about this. I have questions to the men who are coming at Black women, and it's like, you have these non-Black women out here in the room on the morning of the death. Nobody knows what happened in that room but the two people that were in that room. And the only person that was left living to tell the story is the non-Black woman. That wasn't a Black woman. It was a non-Black woman. And then hence this video. This is a firsthand recording that this non-Black woman had with Kevin. It was on her phone. The only way this video can be put out is if this non-Black woman put it out. Yet again, we are being blamed. And when I say we, I mean Black women are being blamed. And I don't like it. I don't like to see it because we are not putting out these types of videos. A Black woman was not in the room when he passed. And to be quite honest, I heard that 911 video and it did not sound like a woman who did not care for this man. This woman was in dire need to save this man's life. That's what it sounds like. So for people to, say, oh, well, it's foul play. It's like, that's a slap in the face to this woman, because this woman, she could come out and just tell all kinds of stories about, whatever. So for people to go at her like that, to me, that's a slap in the face. I'm just saying. So that's all I have to say. Tell me what your thoughts are. What do you think? And until next time, peace.